We are going to work through some shoulder and hip mobility. We'll work through our entire body, but it's going to be more mobility based today. So we're going to start standing. If you have a wall near you, it's going to be helpful. Don't necessarily need it, but it's a great way to see where you're at. So before we begin, I want you to just check your range of motion. See how your body's feeling. So take one arm, reach it to the sky. Notice if there's any areas that feel a little like creaky. You know, when you go to reach in the top cupboard and you're like, oh, okay. That's what I'm talking about. So test both sides. Pay attention to, and go at different angles, like out front, towards the side. Yeah, and see those spots where you're like, I could use some WD-40, okay? Then let's think about in our car, reaching back to give our child something, or I don't know what other situation you might be in. You're in line and you're trying to pay attention to what's in front of you, but you gotta reach behind. Do that with both hands. Notice the sensations. Notice the range of motion, okay? And then hopefully we're going to adjust that or make that feel a little better. So let's start, actually I'm gonna start left leg as closest to the wall. If you don't have a wall, that's fine. You're still gonna work through the same motions, but you're just not gonna have a physical indicator of what's going on. So my left foot is about 6 to 8 inches away from the wall. Right foot could be next to it or however you wanna stand for support. You're gonna begin to extend that left arm forward. We reach it up, up, up. We come to this place where we can't reach it any further forward, but we want to take it back like a windmill. So now our chest begins to spin towards that wall. Our foot stays planted square and flat. We extend that arm back. We don't want to touch that wall. We bring it forward. So we pay attention, we notice how that feels. We move nice and slow. We add breath to this. We inhale, exhale, reach. And you might be feeling okay here. If you feel like you can't get that whole range of motion, move further away from the wall. If you're feeling good, maybe you challenge yourself and move a little closer and see if you can continue to work through this windmill without touching the wall, reaching all the way around, creating that entire circle. Let's breathe into it. Use your breath. Anchor into those inhales and exhales. Breathing in and breathing out. One more on this side. Go ahead and release that and just notice. Left versus right. Now we're gonna go to the other side. Right foot is about 6, 8 inches, 12 inches, whatever you need away from your wall. If you don't have a wall, you're just standing facing forward. We begin to extend that hand out. We begin to take it up, spin it around, and reach it back. And we notice those spots where it gets a little clinky, a little rusty, and we breathe through them. We inhale and exhale. And you'll see my hands are on my ribs here. So I have the strong desire to always overcompensate through my ribs. They want to expand and flare. I want to tuck these ribs in. Keep those curtains closed. Think of them as 2 curtains. So we keep everything nice and tight through the center of our belly, because when we don't have range of motion in other areas of our body, that's an easy place to overcompensate. It's one of my biggest faults is those rib flares. All right, continue to move through this a couple more times, maybe moving closer to the wall, challenging yourself just a little more. Seeing if you can spin around and not touch that wall. One more time, reach, spin, release. Good. Shake that out. And just already, let's do those little assessments again. Do you feel a little bit different? Reaching through that range of motion that we did just moments ago? Maybe, maybe not. No judgment, and that's cool. We're gonna work through another stretch using the wall. This one's gonna be more static instead of dynamic. So right arm extends out, my chest is on the wall. I'm gonna begin to step away from that wall. So I'm just pressing that right palm into the earth or into the wall. Normally I say earth because you could do this on your belly as well and allow yourself to stretch that way. You can do that in a doorway, but you're just gonna continue wherever you are to expand through that chest. Where it feels tight, I want you to send your breath. Take a full deep breath in, full deep breath out. Hug in, knit those ribs in together. Breathe through that chest. Inhale. Exhale. Release that. Switch sides. Left arm forward. Go give your wall a little hug. Actually, I do want to hug this wall. It was a lot of work. Step away. Open up through that shoulder, through that chest. Feel that expansion. Knit those ribs together. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep intentional breath here. Good. Slowly unwind. Take your feet slightly wider than hip distance, or maybe about hip distance. Go ahead and find yourself kind of in a little catcher stance. But you're going to drop your left elbow to your left thigh and reach your right arm down. We're going to find some pendulums here. So I used to do physical therapy, and pendulums were one of my favorite exercises we did in therapy. So just drawing these little circles and allowing gravity to assist you with creating a little space within that shoulder. And I hope you guys also begin to pluck little things from things I teach you, or other yoga experiences or physical therapy experiences you have, and you add those to your toolbox, the things that you enjoy that feel good in your body. And you create this wonderful package of resources and tools that you can use anytime you're feeling a little rusty, or like you need WD-40 in a specific spot. You have these resources handy. Good. Reverse that circle, let gravity pull that hand closer to the earth. Maybe allowing the rhythm to go a little faster or slower. And then switch. Right elbow is pressing into right knee or right thigh. Left arm hangs, and draw your little pendulum circle here. Notice any sensations you feel in your shoulders, paying attention to your body. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. Reverse your circle if you haven't already. Beautiful. Release that. Slowly roll up to stand. Let's take those feet just a little wider. We're just going to hinge at the hips. Find a wide lunge. Chest stays nice and lifted. Just allow yourself to feel the sensations within the hips. Then we're going to meet in a lunge with that right foot forward. So maybe you just pivot. Right foot stays forward. We drop the hands down. Left knee could drop to the earth, or left leg could remain lifted. Totally up to you. I'm going to drop it for now, and I might lift it afterward. So both hands stay inside of that right foot. I'll show you this angle. We're going to begin to twist open. Right arm reaches to the sky. Right hand drops to the mat. Right arm opens. Right hand drops. Gaze could lift to that palm. But if your neck is like, no thank you, man, that's okay too. You can continue to look down, straight ahead, wherever feels good. Continue to rotate through this, adding some breath to it, inhaling, finding length, exhaling, finding that twist. And then maybe as you work into this, maybe you lift that back leg and allow yourself to feel that stretch through that thigh, through the hip flexors on the front side. Good. Release the palm. You're going to meet in a tabletop position. So this time, both knees are on the mat. Both palms are on the mat. Take your right palm behind your head. Tuck your right elbow toward your left. So you're bringing this elbow in and down. And now try to open, twist that elbow up. Drop that elbow down. Twist and lift. Drop. Twist. Add breath to movement. Slow down that inhale. Be intentional. Slow down that exhale. Release that. We're just going to do that elbow variation on this Other side while we're here, and then we'll get the lunge on the left hand behind the head. Left elbow tucks toward the right. We twist and lift. Inhale, drop. Exhale, twist and lift. Inhale, drop. Exhale, twist. Allow yourself to flow through this a couple more times, going at whatever rhythm feels good to you. Good. Find that lunge with the left foot forward, however you want to get there. Maybe starting with that right knee on the earth, both hands inside of that left foot. Left arm reaches, we expand, we spread the wings, we release. We press and rise. We lift and reach. Flow through a few more times. Maybe finding that additional stretch, lifting that back knee. Recognizing you could lift the gaze if that feels what your body needs here and now, or allow yourself to keep that gaze down or neutral. One more, reach, release. Good, we're gonna meet on the mat in a seat. We're gonna find our 90-90. So, for cueing purposes, I'm starting on my right hand side. Right shin is parallel with the short end of the mat. I want to work to get my right knee and right hip in line, then my knee and ankle in line. I flex my foot, pull my toes toward my knee, then I draw my attention to my back leg. This leg, hip and knee are in alignment. Shin is parallel with the long end of the mat. Flex the foot. So we've got a couple 90-degree angles here. Once you have that, we're going to work to draw our chest to face that front knee that's with the short end of the mat. We're going to stay right there. Take a full deep breath in. Full deep breath out. Notice the sensations in the hips. Maybe stay there or begin to hinge forward, allowing yourself to feel just how these subtle variations affect your body. Come back to center and then switch sides. Left shin parallel with the short end of the mat. Right shin parallel with the long end. Once we get that, we twist the chest, face that shin. We allow ourselves to pause. Notice the sensations. Breathe into it. Send your breath to the tight areas. Inhale. Exhale. Stay there or possibly hinge forward. You could find a lengthened hinge. Nice long spine, my preference. You could also go deeper. Recognizing that you can make the movements whatever you need in your body here and now. And every day it can be a little bit different. Come back to center. Switch sides. Go to the right. Allow yourself to find that shift. Find that pause. Now we're going to stay here for a moment. And this time we're going to work to lift that back heel up. Drop it back down. Lift it back up. Drop it down. Your heel may not even lift, but it's that sensation of trying to drive this knee into the earth. The sensation of that lift of that ankle. So just working on a little internal rotation. Good. Switch back to the other side. And we're going to flow through a few times here. Left, right, left, right. Just loosening up those hips just a little more. And on the left side, get yourself set up and now try to lift that right heel. So driving this right knee into the mat or into the floor. Lift that right heel. Little rotation. Noticing subtle differences again. Just becoming aware of what's happening in your body. The knowledge of our own body is a knowledge that only we have. The more we get to know our body and learn about how our body works, the better we can take care of our body. Good, release that. Now just gentle windshield wipers, not going all the way through left, right, left, right. Take a full deep breath in. Full deep breath out. Beautiful. Allow yourself to lay down on your back, hug your knees into your chest. Little squeeze. Plant both feet as wide as the mat. Drop both knees to the right. Press into the inner edge of that left foot. Arms could go to a T just because it feels nice to spread our wings. Go ahead and switch sides. Drop both knees to the left. Really press into the inner edge of that right foot. Switch. And switch. Good. Bring the feet closer to each other, maybe even touching each other, depending on your body and your ability. We're going to lift those knees up to tabletop position and drop both knees over to the left. So now knees and feet are stacked. We still continue to keep this T expansion through the chest, but then we fold ourselves over. So we're just laying on our left side. Arms are stacked on top of each other. Legs are stacked on top of each other. We're going to begin to act like we're going to draw a bow, right? So we're going to peel this right hand away from the left, bring it across the chest and expand, reach that right hand out to that T. We come back to center, we close that gap. We do that again, we peel that arm back and open, and then we bring it back. Do that again. Sometimes it's so hard to slow down and take care of our bodies, but I promise you, after we finish both sides, you're gonna stand up and do that assessment on your shoulders and chest again, and you're going to feel brand new. I guarantee it. Pause with those arms expanding. Bring the feet back through center. Drop them both to the right. Pause there. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Fold yourself onto the right side. A little pause on this side and then begin to expand through that left hand. Bring it back to center. Fold yourself in half. Peel it open. Fold yourself in half. Peel it open. Continue to flow through it, whatever rhythm your body's asking you for. Two more. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest, rock from side to side. And you'll eventually meet yourself up, either standing or seated, up to you. I'm gonna stand so I get the full reassessment within my body. So from here, let's just roll those shoulders back. You could be seated again. Reach the right arm up. Yeah, maybe reach it back. That's good. Now my left is my troublemaker. Let's see how we feel. We feel good. We feel great. Yay. All right, friends, shake it out. I hope you feel good. So add those to your toolbox. Like if you're sitting at your desk at work or you've been mama's hunched over breastfeeding, your life away, take some time to do those windmills or that open and close of the book laying on the floor, because that's going to help you expand through the chest. We spend so much time of our lives, computer, car, babies, right? Notice that broadening of the chest. Open your heart. Allow yourself to give and receive love. All right, my friends, I love you. I hope you feel so, so good. Tag a friend who needs a little shoulder mobility and a little heart opening. Bye.